All right. Welcome, everybody, to your July 2026 market update for Odessa, Florida. We are your hosts, Jimmy B and Annie O with LPT Realty. And we're going to tell you a little bit about the Odessa market right now. So, right now, everyone is asking, is the market slowing down, right?
Yep,
You hear
yep,
that all the time.
very much.
Well, Odessa did the exact opposite of slowing down. Actually, in the last year, the median sale price went up over $100,000.
Whoop, whoop.
That is absolutely insane. And that's at the top of the market. That's not a slowdown at all. We have more sales. So if you own an Odessa home or if you're looking to buy an Odessa home, your strategy just got a little bit more interesting. And we're going to break down the numbers for you right now.
Love it.
And as always, if you like our content, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button.
Yes, love that. All right, so let's start with the big number that Jimmy B just pointed out, which is the sales price. Everybody loves to know what that is. Right now, the median sales price that we hit for June was $775,000. Now, to give you some context, compared to June of last year, that was $657,000. So we had 18% jump. This is one of the few markets that had a jump first off that was positive gains, but then the fact that it was double digits alone is a huge benefit to you guys that already live in Odessa.
Yeah, just I know we've said it on a couple of market update videos, but just to remind you, a healthy market is a 3% year over year increase. And we're talking, as of this moment in June, an 18% increase. So if you're an Odessa homeowner and you're thinking about selling, it's good numbers for you.
Absolutely.
All right. So then the next thing we're going to talk about is the list price to sell price ratio. So that is what a home is listed for and then what it actually sold for. So it kind of tells you what your negotiating points are. Mm-hmm. This number really stayed flat over the last couple of months. Yep. Did monthly data on this one just so you could see where we are in the market today in July. And it's pretty much been the same. It's been around 96.5%, right? So, sellers are definitely landing close to asking price. Buyers may be getting a little bit of a deal, but it is showing that, sellers can't just put out whatever price they want.
Right.
Because we're at that 96.5, not 100 or higher.
Exactly. And buyers aren't getting deep discounts either. They can't be coming in thinking that, if I offer them 85%, I should be getting a deal. Like, that's not realistic.
So, like, if there's price well and you want to play the game a little bit, that's kind of what the data is showing.
Yep. All right. Next thing we want to talk about is really how much inventory your buyers are looking at when it comes to new listings that hit the market. This is really good barometer to tell you like what to expect. How much available inventory are you really going to be able to shop from? And we had 87 new listings that came on the market, which is slightly smaller than the same time last year. So when you think of like the summertime and you're expecting that to be like, oh, the market's going to all of a sudden flood, I'm going to have a ton of options to look at, not necessarily the case. And actually this year it was tighter than it was previously, where it was right around 95. So we lost about 8.5% of the inventory. So, it's tighter, but it's not completely gone. You just have to make sure that you know what you're looking for because there's not going to be a lot of options to look at.
Yeah. So now we're going to talk about a stat that nobody likes to hear, but it's always good to know, and that is listings that did not sell. So listings that were listed and either expired, canceled for whatever reason, withdrew off the market. Those are the three terms you'll hear. So last year there was 9 total in the month of July, and this year there was only 4, right? So that's showing you that there's fewer homes that are failing to sell, and the homes that are priced correctly are finding the buyers.
Yep. That's exactly what it means.
Yeah, because you figure last year you had 95 new listings and 9 expireds, and this year you have 87 and only 4.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's talk about how quickly you can expect to be selling your house if you're on the market right now to be selling it, or if you're buying it, like how much time do you have to really think about considering when it comes to the Odessa market? Right now, the median time to sell in Odessa specifically is only 27 days.
That's crazy for that price point.
Right? That's kind of the shocker that we were looking at because out of all, again, everybody, the whole consensus for the year of 2026 in Tampa Bay was the market slowing down. Right? Clearly, Odessa saw that and didn't like that memo and said, nah, we're just kidding, not us. So that's clearly what they did, especially in this price point, which means it's genuinely quick. Buyers, if you see a house and it really does check the boxes, you're not going to have too much time to be thinking about it. So just be aware of that, because we want to make sure that if you find the house, it actually becomes yours.
Yeah, this market is really moving.
Yeah.
And the last number that we're going to give to show you that is the actual number of sales for the month of June versus July of last year, since we are going over the July 2026 market update. And number of sales is 79, and that's up 11% from where it was last year. But this is actually the highest amount of sales in Odessa in the last 12 months, right? So this summer market definitely came this year, and it's bringing the heat. Literally, it is hotter than hell here in Odessa.
Seriously.
But real estate is definitely moving. So, everyone said the market was cooling. Odessa did not get that email. That is for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now we're going to talk a little bit about, just give you a little summary on the takeaways here. What does this mean for you as a buyer? What does this mean for you as a seller, right? So as a buyer, just, as I'm looking at the data here, if you're going to make an offer, make sure it's strong. If you have cash, make sure you give them a proof of funds or have a strong pre-approval with financing. Sellers are getting near asking, and there are some multiple offer situations. Homes are selling in 27 days, even at $775K. So hesitation will truly cost you your dream home, for sure. Yeah. Inventory is a little bit lighter, so your leverage is a little bit limited. Again, make sure you put in strong offers. And then let's see. Oh, the other thing for a buyer that we'll talk about, interest rates. Interest rates are hovering as of this video in the middle of July around 7% actually. So insurance in Tampa Bay is also a little bit on the higher end. So when you get into these higher price points, make sure you're doing your due diligence. Make sure you're knowing what your payment is and what it's going to be before you make that offer.
Absolutely.
So that'd be my advice for buyers in this market.
No, I think that's a really great one, is really knowing what your monthly expense is going to be beforehand, before you fall in love with a property, to make sure that it makes sense for you.
I actually want to talk about that for real quick. Yeah. So a lot of buyers, when I talk to them, I'll say, what's your price point, right? And they'll tell me whatever. So let's just say it's $775. The next question I'll follow up with, how did you come up with that number? And a lot of times they don't know, or they'll say, well, we were pre-approved for that number. Mm-hmm. The thing I really care about is, do you guys really care about what the price is, or do you care about what your monthly payment's going to be? And 99 times out of 100, it's going to be, I care what the monthly payment is going to be. So in this volatile market that we're in right now, just make sure that you are checking before you make offers. What is my payment going to be with taxes, with insurance, with the current interest rate landscape? And just so you are aware, I would say about half of Odessa is in an HOA, so make sure you check your HOA fees as well.
Yeah, it's an extra one. And then CDD. That's potential. Not as often.
Yeah, you don't have a lot.
Odessa, but it's just another expense that you have to factor in.
Yeah, Starkey would probably be your only area that has a big one.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so takeaways if you're a seller. This is kind of nice. You do have a strong hand. This is the luxury market that is actually having its best month of the year. We had great prices. We had great, the lower inventory from competition-wise. And then we're at a 12-month high when it comes to the prices. So that's definitely something you would want to be taking advantage of right now, because it's strong. However, just because it's strong doesn't mean that you can price it at whatever you want. We did discuss the list to sales price ratio. So because that's transparent and it's fully public, buyers know that that's exactly what to expect too. So they are going to, if they're serious about buying your house, they're going to come in with a nice competitive offer that they feel fits into that range. So if you're all of a sudden pricing out of that range, they're going to be like, why are we even wasting our time, when they know that homes are selling as quickly as they are. So you definitely have to be careful, make sure that you have realistic expectations for, your timing, the price, and just getting it all done that way. Also, at this price point, we got to make sure presentation is everything. When it comes to putting your home on the market, your first showing is online. It's the photos, it's the videos, it's all the marketing that's being done for you. So that way thousands of people are seeing your home from the comfort of their couch or while they're scrolling on their, in bed, whatever the case may be. Your house needs to look phenomenal in those photos, or else they're never going to get to actually scheduling that showing in your house. Like everybody is very much about convenience, and your house has to look amazing online for them to be like, wow, I need to see this in person. If you don't give them that reason, then they're not going to do it. They'll just keep swiping and they'll find something else.
Yeah, and then you'll be on the longer end of the median days on market. Instead of 27, you may be closer to 77.
Yeah. And it does happen.
And that's where you start losing a lot of money because you got to pay holding costs. Mm-hmm. There's so much we could go over.
Yeah, like there's into it.
So. All right, Annie, you want to bring it home?
Yes, absolutely. So overall for Odessa, if you are a seller, it is your advantage for this month. So yay, congratulations, you did good. Make sure you use it wisely if this is the time that you are planning on making a move. Of course, if you just enjoy your equity, enjoy it. No one's saying that you have to make a move. If you're a buyer, be strong with your offers. Understand that you don't have a lot of time. The houses are coming on the market. So if you were looking for that dream house, you're trying to upgrade into something, it is available. So don't squander the opportunities when it comes to you. And of course, at the end of the day, Odessa is a luxury market. It's showing real strength. Like we said, over the last year, this is its best month ever. And of course, if you have any questions about anything that we just discussed, if you liked this video and stuff, we'd love for you to give it a like, hit subscribe. And of course, you can always reach out to us for a more in-depth, personalized conversation about your situation by just giving us a call or checking us out. Right?
Of course.
Of course, because that's Jimmy B, and I'm Annie O, and we're the realtors you need to know. Okay.
That's perfect.
Yeah.